people know that young black men don't have anybody to protect them. So we will always put the drug problem, the gun problem, the degradation of women on young black men because we don't even protect ourselves. And I will say
Mr.
this.
Crump, no, let me interrupt you 1 second, so my time is going to be up. And I appreciate where you're coming from, but what you just said, people are really listening it's the almighty dollar.
No,
no, wait a minute. I think you went to what I think is more substantive approach, giving young people hope, giving them direction. But what you're saying, your career was tanking, and the only way you went up. Now, let me tell you that
it's all part of my. But it's all part. It's all a part of my life.
No,
this is all part.
That's the
this
problem.
Is all part of my life.
That's the problem.
And what I want you to know is that I made an effort. But the truth is, when it comes down to it, regardless of what we want to say, if I do not keep myself current, it don't matter how many CDs I put out, how much I stand on the corner and talk about positivity, nobody will hear it. At least with me being put in the position that I am, I'm even here and have the ability to take up for my people. If I'm not current, it don't matter no way.
Mr. Crump,
thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Have you completed your questioning?
Well, I wanted the other members again. I mean, I think what the chairman is attempting to accomplish here, and this is the step in the right direction, but if we have everyone simply saying nothing's going to change, and that is the concern. And Mr. Miller and Dr. Dyson.
Well, what I want to tell you guys is, like the congressman said, is definitely we can't put a stereotype on a dollar. I mean, that's why I'm here today to let us know how important knowledge is over money. Knowledge is the most important thing that we could focus on. Because if you don't have the knowledge, you would never make the money anyway. So my thing is with me, and I feel Mr. Banner's frustration because I sold 75 million records, and then as a decrease where people say I wanted to do the right thing, I started doing the right thing. They stopped buying my records at a minimum. But what I said was, I'm growing up, I'm mature, and I want to do the right thing. It got to start right now with me. I don't care if they don't buy my records. I'm going to keep doing the right thing. I don't care if they don't play my videos. I'm going to keep doing it because I understand somebody have to take a stand for what we about to build. And I know we focusing on what's right now, but something have to stop and then have to start right today to say, you know what, we're not focusing on the dollar no more. We are educating. Right. It's something that's more important than music. We don't need to focus on the music. We got to teach these kids how to get into other avenues. I'm going to challenge the networks and say, you know what, let me go put a financial show, enhance our kids in these communities and see what happens, because I think that's the most important thing. We have to teach them is other avenues besides music. And when we say we can make other avenues besides music, we can make money financially doing financial literacy shows, our kids are going to change and say, you know what, I don't care if they don't play my music. If I got to do the right thing, if I have to make the right content. So what he said about Tupac, think about Tupac's songs. Tupac had a lot of songs what he was going through, but he also had the Dear Mamas, the uplifting songs that really stuck to our community. And I think if we put most songs out like that, we're going to be able to change our communities. And we got to teach these kids how to make money besides music. When we do that, the music is going to change. And so I'm going to challenge all these networks that came and all these record companies, let's do some financial shows. Because one thing about athletes and African Americans, we always lose the first go round. So we have that frustration. Every athlete I know have tax problems the first go round or some type of financial problem. So they're angry and they're waiting for that second contract. We got to stop in the music business waiting for that second contract so we can make some changes. We got to teach our kids and we got to prepare them and grow them to be financially successful so they don't have to look back and do the same things they did back in the past. And that's the only thing God blessed me, saying that go seek that knowledge. And I'm going to teach kids now. I wrote a book, pick up a book. Understand that we start reading and stop just worrying about the music. The music going to sound better to us because now we have the knowledge.
Can I briefly just respond very quickly? No, tonight on, if you look at BET, a two-part series, I challenged the rapper Nelly and T.I. when Nelly swiped the credit card down the woman's gluteus maximus. And I said, we don't want to reduce your career to that. That's true. Let's be honest, because like Mr. Banner, he's a philanthropist. But I said, to me, when I saw that the crass commercialization of the woman's body relating back to slavery where they were sold on auction blocks, and as a result of that, hip-hop has simply updated the stereotype that is deeply entrenched in the American collective unconscious. And then T.I. said, the other rapper said, is it really that deep? I said, yeah, You a rapper, you do the lyrics, I'm an intellectual, I do the analysis, we both can come together. So I don't justify the visual injustice to which black women in particular are subject in terms of, and I think the images are even worse, so-called, in terms of an influence than the lyrics themselves, because now you're getting past the conscious mind and the images themselves create a universe of expectation and the like. But at the same time, I think that we have to be much more complex, again, to scapegoat one segment of the society without looking at how we all participate would be wrong.
Thank you. The gentleman from New York is recognized.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'm just going to ask one question, and I'll have to leave. The question is, do you think it is possible to be a positive role model and express yourself with explicit lyrics at the same time? Just go right down the line. Yes.
Well,
yes, sir. Go ahead.
I always say it to myself, because I come from the streets and I was able to educate myself and clean my life up. I always say to myself, and that's just me, I said I could be an inspiration, but I could teach my son to be a role model. And I think we can't point the finger at hip-hop, and we can't point the finger at David Banner, at me. We all speaking the same thing. We have to grow to a certain level. Right now, without David Banner being where he at, because I was there one day, I couldn't get to where I'm at right now. I just think that we got to stop stereotyping the whole community, because we have to put some balance out there right now. That's the only reason I'm here. I understand where he at, he understand where I'm at, but I'm here to put balance and say that we can do something right and move on and still be successful. But I just think that, yeah, maybe I can't be a role model because I come from the streets and I come from that type of music. And I said I'm sorry for it, but what I am going to do, I'm going to make my kids be role models. My son is not going to do that type of music, because I understand that we're destroying our community. I understand that. That's me. Until everybody get to that level and see that, maybe we don't understand. I went to 12 funerals, so I know. I seen my cousin is a lack of education. It ain't the music. Everybody's a cycle that I'm trying to break. And if I could break that cycle to showing kids, put some balance out there, we're going to get to where we need to go at. And none of us wrong. We all have the freedom of speech. And I want people out there to know, if you making this type of music, if you get to a level, it's like the guy on the street. He said, man, I'm out here hustling, but if I live tomorrow, I want to try to get into something else to better myself. And that's the message I want to give to our kids. What about tomorrow? What we going to do if we survive and we put the tattoos all over our neck? We can't go to corporate America. We can't do what we got to do. We got to understand it might be tomorrow. And that's what I woke up with, having a child. I have a son. I want to be there for him. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be there for my family. And I don't want to be incarcerated. I don't want to be dead. So the kids out there need to get that message too. They have parental advisory stickers on the records that are parental advisory. But I just think if we put a balance and make it work, we will be able to get to where we need to be at.
It's amazing to me that Ludacris can lose his Pepsi deal and they go and get the Osbournes, and that's okay. The truth is, it's only music. Yes, it has an effect on children. Yes, it can influence some people who have that deficit in their personality in the first place. I got the Black Caucus gave me an award for my philanthropy, and there was a big uprising in Mississippi. And it was strange to me because I told some of the city officials in Mississippi, I said, me being a so-called gangster rapper has nothing to do with the fact that I gave away millions of dollars. This is not against the law for me to speak my mind. So why is it that when young black men do something, and Martin Scorsese can make movies that talk about bitches and niggas and and it's fine, and he can be a role model. The Osbournes can do the same thing that Ludacris can do, but he get his Pepsi deal taken away. Same thing with Don Imus. We here in front of Congress, but regardless, Don Imus got that $1 million contract to go on to his next business deal. The truth is, we have been being demonized since day one. Of course I can be a role model. Look at Ice Cube. He's one of the most powerful guys in the music industry. What if we would have stopped him in NWA days? We wouldn't have given him the responsibility to grow. It's the process that makes us men. Yeah, there may be some things that we are not doing right, but Snoop Dogg said the most powerful thing. I wonder why people want to get us in front of Congress and talk to us, get in front of the TV and talk to us. Why aren't they men or women enough to pull us to the side and say, maybe you didn't know no better. Maybe your mother was on crack. Maybe you only saw your mother being disrespected, and his mother disrespected that mother, and it went on and it went on. Nobody comes to us and talks to us. I talked to Nelly, and that video that he's talking about, I produced the song to it. And regardless of, like Nelly said, that was an adult video. for adult people. And it's just like everything that we do is always our fault. It's only music.